now that I've been put through. I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
What's up guys, Masta here, back with another Eternal Evolution video, and today we're going to be talking about Twilight Lands. Of course, someone had asked me way back when, I think maybe a week ago, or the last Twilight Lands, to cover from 18-4 to 18-8. And the thing is, right, at that point I was already at 18-8, so it was tough for me to make that video. I already made the video from 18-1 all the way up to 4, so today we're going to close out 18-4. For those that don't know, it's 150 billion damage that you have to do, right? We'll put the summoners in here and let's see what we got. So we got to do our supports there. I'm very interested to also see what Dominic brings to the table, and we'll put in this here, and the large summons should be able to clean this out, right? They should be able to beat this. We only need a couple billion, right? But again, this is primarily a team that I use. Nord's damage isn't so bad, right? Compared to, actually, he did more damage. It is Vanguard content, but generally it's better for me to use summoners because the summoners do more damage. And of course, you have the SP hero, and Deji's gonna do a lot of damage here. Actually, Sif does more damage than her, strangely enough here. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I was looking back, and it's very close. Because what ends up happening with summoners is like, whenever the boss have like summons or the ads around them, what ends up happening is that the large summons, they tend to lock in on the boss, and then again you need to do damage to the ads to do damage to the boss, if that makes sense. So we'll finish it off here, very easy. And this is primarily the team. Daniel works well here if you don't have Trojan. Daniel does decent here, but that is that there. So obviously there's the tanks, there's the Spider Queen, or whatever you want to call her. She's tough. And the tank one is very annoying because you have to have your tanks built out. But if you have your summoners built out, just go summon a route, get some bug gears on them, and they'll do what they're supposed to. As for anyone else to use in here, it's tough. Maybe if you have the new SP hero, you could probably go the bug route, because I was looking at some information on the new SP hero, and her damage is crazy. It's insane, right? What she does. But again, summoners, they'll get it done here, and should be fairly easy. We're not really in trouble. And of course, when we get to 8, that's when the real fight starts. Well, strangely enough, I've made it to 18-10 before, and with that one, it's actually easier than 18-8. So summoners again, I went through that too fast again. The assassins, if you don't have Korra, it's tough. If you don't have your tanks built out there, that's also going to be tough. So again, I have my summoners, and we'll go the summoner route. So again, after this, we'll take on 8, and I'll kind of show you the teams that I use. I have to do a lot of re-gearing, which is annoying. Moving gems, that's also annoying. I wish they'll make it so it's easier for you to change the gems within where you're selecting your heroes. That would be nice, instead of having to go all the way back to switch it and then coming back. So here again, not really difficult, just a matter of time, and no one's really taking any damage because the large summon, and of course ruler's ring. So that's going to be simple there. Now we get to 18-7, right? I think I said 18-8 before. No, it's 18-7. That's tough. But 18-8 and 9 could be annoying too. It does take you a couple of days to go through that one, because you have to go the generalist route. So of course, when we get here, similar. I think I have a couple of teams saved up here for this because I play it so much. So I have the summoners, energy, And I think my tank team, depending on how they're feeling, sometimes they're a little spotty. They could do decent damage there. Sometimes they get up to over, 60 billion, depending on how they're feeling. I don't know. Sometimes it's a feeling thing for them. But with this boss, if you want to clear it, you need to do 1 trillion damage. That is a lot, right? So let's actually switch over to Relly here to some bug gear, and we'll actually hold on, let me see. Revitalization crystal is not set up right. We'll go with the tanks first, and then we'll go through each team, right? Because again, you want to see the teams. So give me a second here. I'll switch it over for the tanks, and then we'll come back and then we'll attack with the summoners because I don't need to switch over revitalization crystal. Okay, so yeah, I had to do a lot of switching around. Very annoying to do, but let's just slap this in there. So again, with the tanks, it's all about let's do as much damage as you potentially can before you die, right? They're just in there. And also make sure you manual Bergman. Tanks, do as much damage as you possibly can. If you can get Connor within Bergman's circle, that'll be even better, right? We know that Candace is going to die because that's what always happens. We'll wait for the circle to come up. Candace always ends up dying. It's always the first one to go. But then again, see, Candace dies, and we just have to stay within the circle of Bergman. So once he casts his heal, then we cast his ultimate, right? Here comes the heal after this. Where is he? Yep, everybody's in the circle. Beautiful. And of course, controlling Wamigan also helps. Panda should be good for a little bit. After a while, the damage gets a little crazy, but again, this is primarily what you have to do, right? If you really want to get the most out of your tanks, they stay in the Vanguard state, a Guardian state, silly me. But again, for me, Connor, he dies too quick here for me. I just don't like that about him. Maybe I need to get him to, Immortal, EX30 and all of that fun stuff, and, eventually max him out. That's kind of my goal there. Let's wait on Bergman to cast his heal, and you cast his ultimate. Panda will go. So primarily, they're just there to do as much damage as they potentially can. So the tanks is a viable option if you have the proper gems on them, right? They're going to do a good amount of damage. Wait, Bergman's about to go. There it is. I was waiting for it. The reason why I do that is because if you don't, what ends up happening is he'll get back his ultimate and he'll just continuously keep spamming his common skill. So you have to wait till he gets the heal up, and then this is why then you can cast his ultimate. And this is why I say Bergman's so good, right? He's awesome. He's the one that's keeping them alive, right? Candace ends up dying, but you know how it goes. So again, look at the damage they're doing, which is awesome. If they can stay alive for a longer period, obviously they'll do more damage. So again, my objective with them is to do as much damage as possible because you need it. You're going to need it. Oh, the heal's coming right there. Oh, it's already up. You're going to need it, right? And this one, obviously, if you have the SP hero, you'll be very interested to see how she does. I don't have her yet. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to get her, right? Or make even content about her. Gotta wait for Bergman here to get his heals up. Where is it? I see it. He's about to do it in motion. But that's primarily what I do with the tanks. Let them run, let them do their thing. Bergman will go in here. And 100 billion. That's awesome. From the tanks, that is great. But you got to think about it. Some teams, they don't even do that much. They're not even close. These around summoner numbers, right? So that's huge there for just one attack off of the tanks, which is great. And putting bug gear on them obviously helps. You see, they put up 119 billion damage. That's huge. So we now need to do what? Another 900 billion. So that's one team there, which you can use. The other team is the energy team. But again, I have to go back now, switch everything around. Give me a second here. We'll do the summoners because I don't want to have to keep switching revitalization crystal. Give me a second. So here are the summoners. The big thing about this is the gems, right? I did put on lifesteal in the middle here, which is huge, right? That's going to help out with the healing just in case the support dies, because support tends to die a lot. The other summoner team with the small summons, they'll do some decent damage. So they'll just be in there to do damage. But primarily here, it's all about doing as much damage as you potentially can, right? Because obviously, if you don't have the SP hero, you're gonna have to go through with unconventional teams, right? I think other teams that could work here too is probably the generalist team, like using 5 heroes from a different class. But again, the damage output from the enemy is absolutely ridiculous. So Luz still end up dying there, which makes sense. I understand that. So it's literally gonna come down to Sif and Deji, and then they're gonna do their thing towards the end, right? So we already passed the tanks already. we we literally passed the tanks within like a few seconds, well, 30 seconds or more. I think it's a 3-minute match if I can remember off the top of my head. But again, primarily here, we're gonna end up losing him to Deji. I think Deji just died, if I noticed that. But again, they gotta do what they gotta do, and the damage is looking great, right? So again, this is one team that does the most damage here. Of course, if you have the SP here, I won't keep saying that. For the energy team, you'll do more damage there. But my summoners are very built out. Dorelli's not healing here, which is unfortunate. She might end up dying, right? Which is unfortunate, but it happens, you know? What can I say? You know, again, when I think of the summoner team and the damage they can put out, it's pretty high, right? But again, Dorelli, I'm saying Dorelli is going to end up dying here eventually. But the fact that they're even putting up this much damage is insane to me. I think they killed one of them, right? Which is fine. To where we might make it halfway. Can we even make it to the end? That's the other question too, right? Because that plays a huge part in all of this. Can they do 500 billion damage? They're close. But think about how much damage that's being pumped out. They're one-shotting Gobo. Like, think about that. Gobo's literally getting one-shotted. I see one more of the boss right there. I wish we could take him out. Because once you start killing the bosses, you know, the damage output that they do starts to become a lot less. And Gobo's dying. But it happens. I think we can take another one now. But 400 billion damage? Wow. I just want to take out that one boss right there. That would help so much. I can see his health is so low. Come on now, you can do it. Yes, thank you. Now we only have 4 more. I think this, was this 6 or 5? Which, look at that. We're pretty much halfway there, right? Just them 2 alone did, what, 500, let's see the total. 600 billion damage between the tanks and the summoner team. Obviously, the other teams, I don't really waste time showing them because, again, their damage is not that great. They're just there to rack up the damage a little bit more. You know, the energy team, I'm not even going to bother show that because, again, we don't have the SP hero and they're just going to end up dying. So that's all I got, though, you know? Tanks, they do well here. Vanguards, assassins, depending on the support you have, obviously they'll do burst damage. The Vanguards actually stick around for a decent amount of damage. I don't want to have to go through fixing the revitalization, redoing it every time. But that's primarily it there, right? Again, one other thing I could do is go beyond 8, right? And then do what? 18-8 and 9. I think it'll take me some time, and then do 18-10, or maybe I'll just go to 18-10 and you can kind of see how it is. But the fact that the summoners did almost 500 billion damage is nuts, right? But again, let's actually go over here and collect this here and see what we get. Another 5. This thing is kind of interesting. Okay, I'll take another 10. We'll pull it right here, right? Since we're already here, might as well. We got 3. I could see it. So I'm 4 away from getting a copy of the SP hero. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to cover the SP hero at 1 copy, right? So we're 4 away. And interestingly enough, we're actually getting a decent amount of Astral tickets from this Halloween event. It's not bad. That's now 20 that I've gotten from it. So that's not bad there. interestingly enough. So again, a lot of goodies. I'm very interested to see. Go back to here. Nope, here. Where am I? Nope, it's not that. I did pick up the pass because I'm like, you know what? Why not? These other 3 events here, I don't think it's gonna be anything crazy. Hopefully they have a new game mode in there. That'd be awesome. But again, just slowly working through the anniversary here. And again, we'll continue going along, accumulating our points, making sure you get everything done throughout the day. I don't understand what happened here because I think is it, let me know in the comments. I can't remember if it's 3 or 2 because I did 2 fights and I only end up with 1. So I guess I'm going to miss out on 300 points here. Nothing I can do about that. But again, if you made it this far in the video, comment down below. Twilight Lands. But if you are new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You get updates, guides, walkthrough, tier lists, and of course, the Fun to Play series for the newer players. Right? And for those that are rocking with me, let me know how you're doing in Twilight Lands. If you need more guides or, walkthroughs in terms of the levels. Hopefully the tank team suggestion helps you out. We already know the summoners are going to be great there. Energy, I just didn't want to show them because it's going to take too long for me to go through and redo the gears. I just don't want to, and I already know they're not going to do that good amount of damage compared to those 2 teams, right? Kind of a joke. But without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video, peace.